Ma'ale gera, I'm sorry. Ma'ale gera means that it's, when he eats, how you call it? When he eats? Huh? Okay. It's hard for me to repeat it. The animal eats, and then one more time it's going back to his mouth, right? Right. That's number one. And number two, that his nails will be cut in two. Now, what is interesting is that his hooves, his hooves will be cut in two. It's interesting that the parasha is telling us about 3 different animals that are not kosher because of the same reason. What it's weird is that the Lashon, the way how the Torah is mentioning these 3 animals, one is using the words of present, the other one is using past, and the other one is using future. I'm going to explain myself. When we talk about the camel, Hagamal, the Torah writes, don't eat the gamal. You know why? Ki ma'ale gerahu, because really, he eats like a regular cow, but uparsa enenu mafris. But he doesn't have the split hooves, right? But he uses it in a language of present, mafris. Then you go to the next pasuk, shafan. Shafan, what is a shafan? Shafan, it's a type of rabbit. It's the biggest one. How you call it? Hair. So the shafan, the Torah writes the same thing. Ma'ale gerau, but uparsa lo yafris. It will not have split in hoof. And the last one, harnevet, the regular small rabbit. And the Torah writes, uparsa lo yifrisa. He's talking about past. Why the Torah is changing these words? Present, future, past. What's the whole point? So I heard a beautiful perush that says the follows. It says that the Torah wants to teach us something very powerful. To be considered someone tameh, to be considered someone impure, gotta be someone that never in his life have something of kedusha. Not in the past, not in the present, and not in the future. But Rabotai, even people that are not fulfilling Torah and mitzvot, that are not tzaddikim, we cannot call them tameh. You know why not? Because for sure, or in the past, or in the future, or right now, we have one zechut, one mitzvah that this guy is doing, and this is changing the whole scenario to call him tahor and not to call him tameh. Rabotai, why the Torah is teaching me this? Because the Torah wants you to know, when you're talking about another Jew, don't be so quick to say, this guy is a rasha. This guy, chaz v'shalom, is not okay. Don't be so quick to do it. Do you know what he did in the past? Do you know what's going to be with him in the future? Do you know maybe today he's having something positive? Because if he has something, one mitzvah, one thing good that he's doing, automatically he's turning up to be kadosh. Rabotai, you know that when Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to kill up the Mitzri, right? You remember when he saw how the Mitzri was hitting the Jew, Vayar ki en ish, right? He saw that there was no person around him. The pshat is no person around him, and he killed the Mitzri. And over there, the Midrash has already explaining that it's not only that he saw around him, if there is anyone seeing him, but he saw all the generations that had in the past, and that this guy will have in the future. And he saw if he will be one guy, one tzaddik coming out from this person, I cannot kill him. And when he saw that in all his generations, this guy will not have anyone tzaddik, then he allowed himself to kill the Mitzri. Rabotai, how delicate we gotta be when you're judging someone else. Just someone else, you see him right now, how he's behaving. Do you know his past? Do you know his life? Do you know what's going to be with him after? So if we don't know, how can we judge someone else? I got to tell you, beautiful story that I heard very recently. There was a couple, two brothers. And these two brothers, they finished army. and they went to the university in Haifa, Technion, and they finished whatever they learned, computers, and they had a great offer to work in a huge company in South Africa. They were called to South Africa. They offered them a lot of money. The owner of the company was a Jew, and they started to work. Now this couple, these two brothers, they weren't religious at all. Nothing. Not kosher, not Shabbat, nothing. There was only one mitzvah that somehow they kept as a tradition. They didn't understand the reason of the mitzvah, no nothing, but they kept it. What was it? Yom Kippur, they were fasting. Fine. Say that they started to work, and just before they started to work, the owner of the company told the guys, listen, I have a goy working by me. He's a huge guy, right? His name is Tommy. Just be, if you see him, don't get scared. I know he's a scary guy. Don't get scared. He works for me, especially in security. Okay. They started to work. The days were passing through, and they were so disconnected. They weren't going to any shul, nothing. So they didn't know which day is what. Definitely one of the days, they were sitting in the break, and they started to eat their sandwich. And all of a sudden, they see this guy, huge guy, scary guy, they jump. Say, what's your name? Say, no, my name is Tommy. Oh, yeah, you're the Tommy. What are you doing here? I mean, you never come that time. He says, no, listen, because of our boss, he's a Jew. So once a year, we have a break because they fast and they go to shul. So today there is no work, so I decided to make a tour inside and then to go home. They catch the thing that today is Yom Kippur. Say, it's today Yom Kippur and we ate. But one second, why do we have to fast on Yom Kippur? And they started to ask questions to each other. They decided to start investigating. Rabotai, these two brothers, they decided to leave South Africa. And they went back to Israel. These two brothers today, they live in Kriyat Sefer, and both of them are sitting and learning Torah. You're going to ask, but why? How they came to this? One mitzvah that they used to do in the past. Do you have the clue, the idea what one mitzvah can make? You have no idea. Not only for the past, for the present as well. It was one of the greatest yeshivot in Israel today. It's called Yeshivat Hebron. Yeshivat Hebron have over 800 students. And there used to be a rabbi, a mashgiach. Mashgiach is the rabbi that got in charge of the spiritual level of the students. His name was Rabbi Solomon. One of the students approached Rabbi Solomon and he told him, Chacham, the whole Zman is the whole period of learning that we have throughout the winter. It's a long Zman, 5 months, 6 months. If it is Shana Meuberet, I didn't learn a word. Rabbi, I was busy doing this, I didn't learn a word. Today is 2 days before Ben Azmanim. Ben Azmanim is the vacation that the boys are getting for Pesach. It's 2 days before Ben Azmanim. Rabbi, what do you recommend? I don't know. I didn't learn the whole Zman. And the rabbi said, you didn't learn the whole Zman, but you still have 2 days. And 2 days are still part of the yeshiva. I want you to do all your effort to learn in these 2 days. This guy heard the rabbi, and he started to learn these 2 days. He said he got so into the learning in these 2 days, he learned so strongly that it became not only 2 days, the whole vacation as well. He started to learn by himself. From the vacation, next month, he went back to yeshiva, and he started to learn seriously. And from a guy that was, too much easygoing guy, he turned up to be one of the most matmidim of the yeshiva. Rabotai, Yetzer Hara works by showing you that one mitzvah, it's nothing. If you don't have a huge amount of mitzvot, you don't worry anything. Say Chachamim, but if a person understands what is the power of one mitzvah, and you do it with all your heart, you will be able to see how very easily you will grow more and more in spirituality. And that's why the Torah is giving so much importance for the past, for the present, and for the future as well. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.